Welcome friend to my channel Learning Solution. In the previous video we have created the customer entry form and this is the last video of the part 5 program. So in this we are going to explain you the report generation form. So let's start with the Visual Studio. In this report generation form, first of all, what do you need to take? You need to take 3 radio buttons, one label, and the label is for the select bank name, and this is for the one drop down list, and this is the label for the ID of the whatever the bank is displayed in the drop down list, that the ID of that bank should be displayed here. And again I am taking a label for branch, and again same taking another drop down list for the branch name, and the branch ID of the branch name should be displayed here, and this label 2 and label 4 will be hidden at the runtime. So we will set its property to visual is equal to false, and we are taking a label 4 in showing that enter account number, and text box here user will enter the account number, and finally we are taking a button for searching the records, and after that we have taken a grid view where the records will be displayed. So first of all, let's move to the source, and there I will explain you how to create these components. So first of all, I am including a center tag. Here it is a center tag. In between this center tag I have taken a radio button. Just you need to drag and drop from this toolbox. So go to this toolbox and drag and drop this radio button. After dragging dropping this radio button, you need to give its text. You need to write some text. For example, this is for the particular bank record. So I have written in its go to its property, and in the text field here you write particular bank record or whatever you want to write, you just write here. And after that you also need to select its auto post back property to true. Here by default it is false, so you need to make it as true. And after that, at a time we are taking 3 radio buttons, and at a time only one can be active. So for all of these radio buttons we need to define a group, so we are saying that all 3 radio buttons are of the same group. So for that you need to also define the group. Here I have given group name A, and this group name is same for all the 3 radio buttons. You can see here group name A, and the group name A. Only you need to change the text part. For all 3 radio buttons the text will be different, otherwise the procedure is same for all the 3 radio buttons. After that, after taking these radio buttons, we are taking this labels and drop down list. So for that you need to drag and drop a label, and I am giving its text to select bank name. After that I am dragging and dropping a drop down list, and we are also dragging and dropping a label again. This label is for the displaying the bank ID of the particular bank, which will be hidden at the runtime. So again for the branch also I did the same thing. I have again taken a label for branch and drop down list and a label, and after that I have taken again a label for entering the account number and entering the text box. So you need to drag and drop this, and after that we have taken a button, and I have changed its text to search, and finally I have taken a grid view. So you need to drag and drop this grid view, and the design part is over. After that you need to code these forms. code these components. So for that, first of all, I am doing, I am creating the connection instance. So first of all, we are including these three namespaces using system.data.oldb, using system.configuration, and using system.data. After that, we are creating the connection instance, and after that, in the page, first of all, to fill these drop down lists, we have created the, in our customer entry, we have created the methods for, see, get bank name, get bank id, get branch name, and get branch id. You need to copy these all four methods and just you need to paste it here. The code is same, only what you need to change is, when for this the code is same, when we are doing this in the customer entry form, we have taken here label3.text is equal to reader of bank id dot to string. Here we are taking label 2 because this is the label 2, and for the this method get branch name, it is also same. Here also we are changing only the label 4. In the customer entry it is label 5, and here it is label 4.text. And now you need to call these methods in your page load method. So here we are writing if is not post back, then we are calling this method, and after that we are hiding these. When it will run, only first of all you will be seeing only these three radio buttons, nothing will be visible. So when you will be selecting the any particular radio button, then the components related to that radio button will be visible. So for that, what we are doing, initially we are setting its visibility to false for all the components. For example, we have taken level 1 drop down list 1, level 3 drop down list 2, level 5, and text box 1 and button 1. So we are setting all of these to false, and for showing you, we are not setting this level 2 and level 4 as a false. After displaying you, we will set that also to the false. So click on the report generation and see, this is the level 2 and level 4 by default. This is select bank name, SBI is selected, and for that SBI, the branch where it is, the branch is, that is selected. So for this the ID is same. If you will change, then it will change. See, for SBB the ID is 6. Likewise it is changing. So now onwards I am going to hide this level 2 and level 4 also. So first of all, stop the program and we will write here level 2 dot visible is equal to false, and level 4 is dot visible is equal to false. After that, once the page gets loaded, then we are having only these three radio box. When you will be clicking on any of the radio buttons, then then this radio button underscore select, just in a little moment I will be telling you this method will get fired radio button underscore checked changed. So for that, what you need to do, you need to just go on the design part and double click on this. If you will double click on this method will be created, and here, so for the first radio button, what you want here, this is particular bank record, so you want this, the select bank name should be displayed, and this drop down list should be displayed, and this button should be displayed, and nothing you want to be displayed. So I am doing the same here. I am making level 1 dot visible is equal to true and drop down list 1 dot visible is equal to true, and all the components level 3 drop down list 2 and the level 5 and text box 1 making it as false, and we also want to the button should be visible. So we are setting the property of button of dot visible is equal to true. So it, when you will execute it, it will looks like this. Now when you will click on this, this is the part only which is visible. After that you need to code for the search button of this. So we will be explaining it in this here. Now for the same, now just we have settled the visibility of the radio button 1 objects. Now for radio button 2, what should be the visible and what should not. So for radio button 2, we need to level 1 should be visible, drop down list 1 should be visible, level 3 and drop down list 2 should be visible, and level 5 and text box is not required, so I am setting it as a false, and button should be visible. So I am doing that. For in the same manner we are also for level 3, for radio button 3, all the components should be visible, should need to be visible, so we are making all the components visibility to true. Now when you are clicking on this button, search button, so when you are clicking on this search button, so first of all we are identifying that which radio button is checked. So we are writing if radio button 1 dot checked is equal to true, then first of what we are doing, first of all we are changing the visual property of the grid view 1 to true. So we are writing grid view 1 dot visible equal to true. After that we are opening the connection, we are creating the command object, we are connecting this command with the connection, and we are writing our query that select strict from table bank where bank name is equal to drop down list 1 dot text. After that we are taking a data set and data adapter. In the data adapter we are passing our query, and we are filling this data adapter with the data set, and we are setting the grid view data source to we are setting our grid view 1 dot data source is equal to ds. Ds is the data set, and finally we are binding this grid view 1 and we are closing the connection. So when we are doing this, what happening, the record which is related to that bank is displayed. So we will execute it and check it. We are selecting particular bank record. Now the bank name and the bank lists are coming. So for suppose I want to check it for the SBI, so the details of SBI is coming. Now what we are going, when you will be changing the bank names from, we will do one thing. First of all we will comment this, so you will understood what happening there actually. See, now we will execute it and we will show you why we have written this many of codes. Here we are selecting the bank. If you will search for this bank only, then it's fine. Otherwise, if you are changing this, see, then the visibility of the components is settled to false by default. So for that we are writing some codes, that is here. What we are doing in our drop down list, when we are changing the index, then first of all we are calling this get bank ID and get branch name and get branch ID. It is the same as we did in the customer entry. The change is from here only, where index. From here we have changed some code. we are setting this button visibility to true, and we are taking a variable. In that variable we are identifying that whatever the value is selected in the drop down list. So we are taking var index is equal to drop down list 1 dot select index. So suppose this drop down list is select having value SBI. It is, you are saying that SBI is selected, so the index of that SBI will be stored in this variable index, that is of type var. After that we are taking a condition that if radio button 1 dot checked is equal to true and index is equal to drop down list 1 dot select index. If both the condition are true, then what we are doing, we are setting the visibility of the label 1 drop down list and button 1 to true. So when we are doing this code, when we are writing these things, then what happening, we will execute it and see it. Then now you can change any of this, it will be shown, it will not hide, and you can click on search. But we are also writing some code. When you have pressed this search button, then let me show you what is actually the thing. In button click we have written some code that I want to show you. Now we will execute it and see what happening. Now you can change its index, no problem, but when you will click on search, see the search button and the drop down list and the label has been settled to false, it is not visible. So for that only we are writing that code, writing this code. This code is nothing but we have whatever we did for setting the property, the same code I will tell you from how to write this. You do not need to remember this. In the same way, if we are changing the drop down list second 2 value, that is drop down list 2, then also it should be visible. For that, setting the visibility, I did this much of code for radio button 3, for radio button 2, and the drop down list 1 or 2 value. So this is actually the same code. What you need to do, only you need to make the visibility of the some component true and some component to false. For example, if we are clicking radio button 2 underscore checked, then see what I am writing here. If radio button 2 dot checked is equal to true, we have checked the radio button 2 and index is equal to index of first drop down list is same to the index what we have stored, and the index 1, that is the value of the drop down list 2, is same to the value stored in the index 1. Then we are making the visibility true of these components. For the, if you are selecting this, then what should be visible? Select bank name, drop down list 1, select branch, and the drop down list 2 and the button. So I am making their visibility of these 4 components to true, 5 components, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And for the same, if you are selecting this radio button 3, if you are selecting the radio button 3, then I am changing the visibility property of all the mm, all these components like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, all these 7 component to true. Now you have you have you are knowing now how this visibility property I am setting. Now I will explain you the code for this submit button only. It is required. So for submit, what we are doing first, if radio button 1 dot checked is equal to true, then I am selecting the bank names from the database and filling it in the and showing the records in the grid view. If radio button 2 is checked, then what I am writing here, if first of all we are making the grid view 1 dot visible to true, and we are creating the connection, opening the connection, creating the command object and connecting this command object with the connection, and after that writing a query. That what I am writing, see, if you will see the database, then in the table branch nowhere it is bank name, it is only bank ID. You can search all the branch details on the basis of bank ID or branch ID. So what in the drop down list 2, we have taken the branch names and the branch IDs we are taking in the drop down list, sorry, in the level 4. So on the basis of this level 4, we are writing our query, select a strict from table branch where branch ID is equal to level 4 dot text. If we will, I think we can modify this code, because according to the question it is saying that the you should display the branch only of the select name. Yeah, we are in this drop down list, the branch details are coming which are only of the, see here, from here we are taking the bank details, and the branch we are under this bank, that is only displayed in this. So the query is right, no need to modify. And after that, this radio button 3, if it is true, it is checked is equal to true, then what we are doing, we are selecting balance from table account where bank ID is in the table account. If you will see, nowhere bank name or branch name is there, only bank ID and branch ID is there. So bank ID is displayed in the level 2 and the branch ID is displayed in the level 4, and account number you are entering. So for that we are writing our code as select balance from table account where bank ID is equal to level 2 dot text and branch ID is equal to level 4 dot text and account number is equal to text box 1 dot text. And after that we are filling our grid view. Here I have written one code that account does not exist in the current bank, but when you suppose you have entered only one account, you have opened one account in the ICICI. In the previous video we have created the customer in that bank, and if we are searching for the account number 2, then it will not show anything because the data is not there. So it can't, query is right, but it cannot compare that this value exists or not. For this we need to write some different code that, so we are not bothering about that because this code is already too long, so we are leaving that and we are not displaying anything, and finally we are closing the connection. So we will try to execute it one by one and we will see it is working fine or not. And one more thing what I want to tell you, here I have included some code, sorry, not in this submit button only, this long code you are seeing, this you do not need to write because it is the same code what we have written here for inside this drop down list 1 or 2. If you will compare, then these codes are same. What you need to do, you only need to do is you just copy these codes from here to here, from here to here, and paste it after this finally block. After this if condition, you just paste it and it will work fine. So let's execute it and check whether it is working fine or not. So go to on report generation, click on particular bank record. I want to see the record of the SBI, so it will show me the bank ID is 3 and the bank name is SBI. Suppose I want to see the record for ICICI, then it will show me the bank ID as 5 and the bank name as ICICI. Suppose I want to see the branch record of this ICICI, then what it will show? It will show this branch ID of this ICICI Bangalore branch is branch ID 2, bank ID is 5 and the branch name is Bangalore. Suppose I want to see the SBI branch, then what we will show? The branch ID for the SBI Bangalore is 1 and the bank ID is 3 and the branch name is Bangalore. Now in the same way we will search first account number for the SBI and we will see how much balance does he have. It is showing he is having 2000 balance. Now in the same way we will search for the ICICI customer, branch is Bangalore and the account number we are giving is 1. So the details are same. Suppose I want to give, I will be giving it as 2. Then you will see you are not getting any error, but you are also not getting the data because there are no customer exist in that bank who is having the account number as 2. See, now it's working. So this is the end of the 5th program. Hope you enjoyed this session. Thank you. Bye bye. If you like the session, please subscribe to my channel.